Lovely. Oh, look at that, 59%. Ooh, feeling fresh. And it's mid-afternoon. We might make the Quonset by nightfall. Depends on if we get interrupted. That was odd. The wind cut in and out there for a few seconds. Alright, no surprises from Scooter as we leave the zone. Very good. Alright. And yeah, we'll do one more sweep for birch bark in the ravine, just to help us along with our little trader quest. And we already have a fair number of birch bark teas made, so I am okay with parting with some. Or even a large number of some. And again, because birch bark is renewable, unlike pretty much every other plant. Come to think of it. Because yeah, rose hips don't respawn, mushrooms don't respawn. OMB technically doesn't respawn, although it can wash up in beachcombing. And I don't. Well, cattails don't respawn, and two, I don't even know that they count toward harvested plants. They might. I mean, they are technically plants. But I don't know how much of a rules lawyer Sutherland feels like being when it comes to our trades. Yeah, no need for us to go hunting right now. We got 12 birch bark, plus what we have at the Quonset, that's about 30? Okay. So, send those and maybe a few rose hips? I would be delighted by that, but again, sometimes sacrifices must be made. And one, it would complete the trade and get us the caffeine pills, which would be helpful for our future endeavors, but also more trust and potentially finishing out getting the trader trust to max, and that's the achievement, which is the name of the game, at least for this run. Although I've never been able to figure out. So is it like what ticks it up? Is it like just the number of trades in general, the number of things you trade for, or the number of different things you trade for? It's like, if I traded for nothing but bags of flour over and over and over and over again, would that get me there faster or slower than going for the variety approach that we've taken? Because I know, like, finishing out his quest line is like the way to get trust up the fastest, and we've done that. We blew up the space capsule and everything, which I need to remember next time we go to Timberwolf. Do I really want the answer as to like what moves the needle? I don't consider that well. It'd be a spoiler to some people, not to me. That's a game mechanic. It's not spoiling story. And the fact that we've already done, like, we have completed the quest line, so it's just a matter of nudging it up to the point where we're at max trust. So if you want to lay it on me, Ruak, go right ahead. Because yeah, I am. Again, there's no guarantee I'll even remember. Next time we have to start from scratch from him. So that is my anti-spoiler superpower. Even if you give it to me, there's no guarantee I will retain that knowledge. And screw you, game, for starting the ominous music the moment I got to the bridge trestle. It's just points. Okay, completing trades gives points. To go. Okay, yeah, we haven't canceled any trades, and we haven't canceled. We haven't done partial trades, and we've only done the only multiple calls in a day we've made is either to finish a trade or to set up a trade. So, okay, so
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
no big concerns there. Got it. Okay, thank you, Ruek. Appreciate that. So, short answer: don't worry about it. Just keep doing what you're doing. Okay, yeah, we're actually making decent time. So we'll come back. We'll drop off Vaughn's and the Hunter revolver. So we'll have all, notwithstanding keeping the Forster revolver on me. All we'll be short is Barb's rifle, which I may or may not have left at the airfield. Third call of the day starts with duck points. Yeah, and if Sutherland doesn't want to talk to us that much, and if I'm honest, I don't want to talk to him that much either. So everything's fine. It all works out for both of us. So we need, but we needed 45 harvested plants, 15 crow feathers, which is the easiest of the bunch, and then we need like 15 liters of water, which is a lot. However, we... oh, hey. Okay, there's an idea. I've got that little nooch, that little dugout spot, behind Misanthropes, which is, like, probably as wind protected as you can hope for. Maybe I just go, well, I mean, I say I just go grab. I do have a decent amount of firewood at the Quonset, but I'm kind of saving some of that to make, well, one, we need to make the furniture workbench, which takes a bunch of fir? Cedar? I don't remember. Maybe it'll take a like 15 odd of one kind of firewood, and then we need I think the other kind to make the curing box. So maybe rather than use our current stores, we just take a bit, wander around coastal, and harvest up some limbs, and then we can start some outdoor fires, make a bunch of water there, and then hustle this trade along. Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah, that sound is probably supposed to be the ocean, but it sounds like it's cutting in and out and in and out. And when it does that, it almost sounds like someone's creeping up on me, which is a little disconcerting, not gonna lie. Now, question is, do we... Well, no, sun's already going down. Yeah, let's have the harvesting be a tomorrow thing. I mean, Astrid will be all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Yeah, we'll do that. And but we need to drop off the rifle and the revolver back at Quonset. Ooh, okay. One thing to check. Is there room for a second fire in our little nooch? We'll check that. Actually, I should go there anyway, because we took the last of our water when we left. And I'm pretty sure I left a stash of water there. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. Or, oh wait, you know where it also might be? By your favorite fishing hut. I might have made a decent amount there while we were thinning, not thinning the herd, because fish don't move in herds. Letting out school, I guess? I don't know, whatever it is. Anyway. Yeah, let me just get a visual on that. And then we'll continue on to the Quonset. So yeah, there is always fishing, but I don't know, well, one, we kind of, I don't want to say we cheesed. We kind of put the last, what, couple weeks to get to 500 days on cruise control by fishing. I wouldn't feel great about doing that again. And two, we don't have 2 weeks. We've got 400 days to go. So maybe we don't. Yeah, I think there's a little bit there. Just a touch, just a skosh. $15 though. 15 liters is 15 kilograms, and we're already over. So rather than hauling all that down there, maybe we just wait. We be all sensible. I will, however, grab one for the road. And we're just treating every location like our own little storage center. But again, we're the last person alive as far as we know, so why wouldn't we? Like who's gonna complain? Sutherland? Methuselah? Oh, Mackenzie, I see you've been rather liberal with your littering there. This new world will make a litter book out of you. Oh, I shake my finger at you very wisely. He better come back in episode 5. Like, if they're gonna be wrapping up, loose ends, there's no way in hell Methuselah would let Mackenzie get away without at least one more cryptic talking to. I mean, I don't want to say I've divined any insight, but well, one, I don't know if Methuselah is capable of communicating in any other way, but also, if we're bringing it all home, and we're actually explaining what the hell has happened, who better to actually say like what it all means than Big Thews? For less cryptic. I mean, that would be nice. It would be easier to make sense of, but do we necessarily expect that? I did. I just left a bunch of bear meat sitting around. Again, the world is our storage solution. Yeah, it would be nice. I do not expect that, though. But I do want to hear exactly how he's going to explain all this, or even if he is. In which, let's face it, he's probably not. What is it? End of March? Yeah, like March 31st. It's supposed to come out. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I should. Well, it'll be March 31st, probably morning Pacific time. Which means like middle of the night here. But yeah, I should, because I'm gonna have 1 day of leave left over. after this whole Canada thing. So maybe I should see if I can just, extend it by 1 day and then take April 1st off. And then, assuming episode five comes out when Hinterland says it will, maybe just play it right when it drops with all the all the fun associated with that comes with every new Hinterland update. By which I mean the bugs. Lots and lots of bugs. Or not necessarily lots and lots, but a reliable amount.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Yeah, there's our firewood stash. Okay, now we're going to drop the revolver and the, where'd you go? Rifle. Which, if you're not looking closely, looks an awful lot like a torch. Okay, fine. I'll put it there. Yeah, that's our welcome mat of fish. Oh, come on. Come on, game, let me have this. Let me have this. I want to put them all nice and neat. Boo. Boo. Boo, I say. Alright. So, with the revolver we're holding, that's all three of those. We have Vaughns, we got Bunker, we got Curators. We just need to go get Barbs. Yeah, we are not lacking for feathers. We have... Oh, we actually cannot hold all those rose hips. Well, fine. Hmm. Well then. Oh, there's the Woodwright's bow. But the yeah, the bow variants don't matter. It's only the firearms. Oh, I processed all of those. Boo. I could use those. Okay, there we go. And we'll move all those in there. We have 433 rose hips. Okay, maybe I can spare a couple for the trade. But only a couple. Oh, the survival dive. Yeah, I forgot we got that one. Hang on, 61%. That's even better. Okay. Okay, so crow feathers, easy. Harvestable plants, we need 45. And then lots of water. Dang it. Okay, we have an even 30. Then I don't want to use that because I gotta save some burdock root to make a what is it? Oh, the prepper pie. Yeah. Yeah, I probably need more of those. Okay, fine. I don't, I'm pretty sure They don't have to be of the same kind of plant.
I need to find a place to rest.
It's literally right there, Astrid. Anything we need to do here? Not really. Okay, so tomorrow, instead of doing the big, nope, don't harvest that, please. Instead of doing the big wood chopathon, maybe we can just take some of the water from our favorite fishing hut, shuttle that to Misanthropes, and get the trade going there. I like that. Then we can save firewood for more crafty purposes. But yeah, I'm proud of our welcome mat of fish. It used to be much bigger, but then we cooked a bunch of it down to make oil to yeah, because we need oil to get I think the recipes and before our trust got higher, it took a lot of it. But then we went and caught a whole bunch more, and I didn't plan it that way, but the way it's set up, there's actually the big red Irish lord sitting there right in the middle. So it looks looking all regal and such.
Surround.
Shh, Astrid. Shh. You literally just woke up. Also, that sounds like a blizzard out
Well,
there.
hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Okay, thank you for that, Zert. Yeah, you know what? Sure, go ahead. It sounds like a blizzard is out there, and moreover, it's still a little early, it's still a little dark. So we'll just take a minute. Actually, why ever are we so heavy? Well, you got 3 kilograms of sticks on you. That probably doesn't help. That and that are for the trade. We have a handful of torches. Uh, yeah, that doesn't actually weigh anything, so that's fine. We're not carrying around a lot of food. No extra clothing. Okay, well then, tell you what we'll do. We'll just I'll leave some sticks here. We definitely don't need all of those. There we go. We have 5 kilograms of room, more when we drop off the goodies. Oh, yeah, it's kind of our coal collection. Okay, let's get shuttling. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Rainbow trout, rainbow trout, rainbow trout, rainbow trout, rainbow trout, and the big red Irish lord standing in the middle. Love it. Yeah, I have not seen the moose in the town site for ages. And as ever, it'll be there when we least want it. And I know there was one doggo walking around here last night, so we'll be all careful and stuff. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to go to the fishing hut. We're going to grab 5 liters of water, which will put us just over. Make the trip down, and we'll go do it again. It will not be the most exciting gameplay you've ever seen, but we're working towards something long-term here. I wonder... Okay, going back to what we were talking about earlier, and things to keep us busy as we push toward 1,000 days. So, we mentioned, yeah, making full charcoal maps, 30 days per zone, or more, kill counts. We could pick a location and try to do it up, much like Kimiota did to Baquanzit. I know there was discussion of, well, every cairn or every buffer memory, Chad, if you were going for 1,000 days, what would keep you on task, or do you even need? Are you not a task-oriented person like me, and you can just play this video game of ours? Are you one of those people who doesn't always have to be achieving something? And if so, what's your secret? No, it's fine. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, I think we did just have a blizzard, so we could do a round of beachcombing if we were so inclined. Although these are not the friendliest of conditions, even if it is early. Because I know I keep talking this up as though I am, like, I'm lost, I'm bereft if I don't always have a thing to laser focus on. And it's not untrue. But again, maybe I do maybe exaggerate for comedic effect a bit. But it's kind of it's what is it? Like, my line is like taking out insurance against myself because I know how I operate. And maybe the variety of other games I play, maybe that's what helps, keeps me from burning out or seeing this as an obligation rather than just an enjoyable thing to do. We're bouncing back and forth, and we're doing, say, we're doing blueprints, or we're doing consume me, or growing up. That helps keep things feeling fresher than just locking in and then doing all TLD all the time. Okay, let's see. So, yeah, you know what? Sure. Well, no, just take 5. I need 1 for myself. 15 crow feathers, yes, please. 45 harv. Okay, those are both lit up, so that's good. And it does check it off. Nice. So we just need 10 more liters of water, and we can get ourselves some caffeine. Which, imagine me trading for caffeine like so soon after having uh, disavowed it. Not disavowed. I just stopped. I don't do caffeine anymore. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, how long does that last? We'll see. Now, the sensible thing to do, so you know I haven't done it, but the sensible thing to do would be to like do it in steps, you know. Instead of going cold turkey, you know, just stop and just have like restrict yourself to 1 caffeinated drink per day. You know, take slowly step down your consumption so your body doesn't freak out when the caffeine isn't in the system anymore.
This'll come in handy.
Ooh, a lot of stuff there. But me being me, I couldn't just do that. No, I had to. We just okay. January 1st comes, boom, we're done. And see, like I know, like the academic part of my brain, I know like that's not the best approach. Because that's like the crash diet approach, where you know you want instant results, so you make big changes in your behavior and just expect them to stick because you said so. Which is again not. I mean, it's not that it can't work. It's just not as reliable, not as effective versus staged and like stepping down versus taking the leap. Well, I guess I lack the self-discipline, I guess you could say, to do it the slow but sensible way. So I know I dove in. Who knows? Maybe God. Was it the caffeine cleanse? No, that sounds like it's the wrong way. But that sounds like I'm taking more caffeine than usual, trying to cleanse my system through the power of caffeine. No, that would be bad. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1 for me. You know, and I promise, I promise I will not. Every stream, I won't be updating my struggle in the anti-caffeine wars. It's just a thing I think I feel I need to do, right? Because I will say, like there was a time, I think about like 15 years ago or so. Like at one point in my life, I was putting down like 2 liters a day. You know, and not the diet stuff, like fully leaded. And like eventually I pivoted to 0-calorie cola, but while that has no calories, it does still have, you know, the sweetener, the aspartame or stevia or what have you, and allegedly, and I would have to check and see how robust the science is on this, but my memory is that it does have a there has some effect on your brain chemistry, like how full you feel. Like it's supposed to inhibit the whatever signal in your brain says, "Hey, dummy, stop eating." So I'm trying to keep an eye on that and see if there are any changes on that front. But also, if because I said I think as I mentioned earlier, like the sole source of caffeine for me is soda. There you go. So 45, 15, 15. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. Our trade is locked in for tonight. And it's not even noon. So this would be a good time to go beachcombing. Yay! But I guess my thinking is like, so if I cut soda out,
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
that's less money I'm spending whenever I go grocery shopping. I'm creating less waste. So that's better for the environment? Question mark. And just in terms of like, it's just my laziness. That's all just less. Like I don't have to carry an extra few extra kilos of fizzy sugar water, from the grocery store whenever I do go, because like the really convenient grocery store right across the street from me is closed for good. I understand hormonal reaction to sweeteners is about the same as to sugar. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. And my recollection of that is almost certainly. Wow, cured rabbit pelt. How about that? Yeah, my recollection is almost certainly off in one direction or another. Cloth? Flare? Wow. It's like some good stuff. Because I'm not.
This stuff will come in handy.
Yeah, I'm not going to turn into a health guru by any means. It's mostly because I'm again I am middle aged now, so I want to put a little bit more time and effort into looking after myself. You don't think cutting soda will have any adverse effect on you? Well, most likely. I've been watching for sign like withdrawal symptoms, and I say the first because we're about 72 hours into this little experiment of mine. First couple days, easy peasy, nothing at all. Today I did have a pretty reasonable headache and leg ache for some reason, but like 2 Panadol put that down. But that was like back this morning, and I haven't felt anything like that in the interim. So for all I know, that could be completely separate from the ending of the soda and the caffeine. Am I gonna? Well, I'll tell you what. If we're gonna get an aurora, that means blizzard might well be unlikely. So, am I gonna go and harvest you? You know what? Yes, I am. Yeah, we don't have to transport the goods, but we can at least drop them. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Oh, geez, 3 instant feathers. My goodness. The crows are doing work today. You cut coffee cold turkey. Oh, it's just between just for Christmas, you know, like instant coffee or turkey style. Oh, okay. Oh, you have to get the machine back. Okay, good. And
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
you didn't notice any ill effects on your end, Ruek? Hopefully not. Yeah, and that's my hope. It'll be, again, I will once again be, you know, making a big fuss over not very much, and I am not as chemically dependent on the caffeine as I make out. I would be delighted for that to be the case. Not really? Good, good, good. Yeah, because, you know, ideal scenario, even if there are some symptoms, my hope is by the time I get on a plane to Toronto, my body will have adjusted. And hey, who knows? Maybe I'll get some better sleep out of the deal. Maybe. I mean, if I'm really feeling ambitious, maybe I can even sleep on a plane. Imagine what wonders await. Okay. I will leave the fat up by the door, just because this is most likely where we're gonna put our curing box, and thus the spot to make our pemmican. And just keep an ear out for anyone who might smell us. We are a little bit stinky. Just a little though. There we are. And I'll leave the hide and guts here, just so I don't have to keep worrying about it. Yeah, the curing box probably go back there in that little nuke. Okay. Another, say, wolf pelt. You know what? I'll leave that rabbit hide here too. Why not? And then 2 more guts. Oh, there. Yeah, that's probably why we didn't see Petunia out and about, because she's still curing in here. Ah. Okay. Coastal misanthropes. So 6 wolf, 1 rabbit, and 22 guts. You might limit your coffee thanks to that. You brought it back home, just continued to you used to at work. Yeah, and you didn't necessarily set out to cut back, but the circumstances gave you a helpful little nudge. Just easy to push button, get coffee. Yeah, and same for me at work. The we have vending machines where there's some Burbank right there. Yeah, we have vending machines with cans of Coke Zero for like 3 Hong Kong dollars, which is like less than 50 cents. So yeah, you don't even have to carry coins. You can actually like the octopus card, that like the travel card for Hong Kong. You can just tap that and then use that money to buy from snack machines. It's as easy as can be. So yeah, cheap and easy, and Yeah, it's not hard to get into that habit. You never used to buy snacks. Yeah, I will say I don't buy snacks, and that's only partially because the kind of snacks that are offered at work are not that great. Can I? Oh, no, not can. Nope, missed. It moved me off of it. Gosh dang it. Okay, one more try. Ah, empty. How rude. Oh, okay. There was a boat here. You count soda as a snack. Ah, okay. Okay, yeah. This was a big boat. We had a fish in there. Those flare shells? No, a flare gun. Wow. Free arrow, free arrow, free broken arrow. Damn, okay. But makes up for that locker being empty. Hey. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, in the food snacking, I usually don't. Although I found the latest refresh, these what are they? Tato chips, I think they're called. Lightly salted. They're actually pretty good, but they're also like 9 Hong Kong dollars. So they're just expensive enough to where I can easily say, yeah, maybe not. But yeah, I would think so. If in addition to this moving away from soda, because I wouldn't, it would not hurt to shed some tonnage. I think getting away from snacking would be probably the best thing to do there. And I will say, if if getting away from uh, sugary drinks doesn't helps me helps me feel full or feel how do I put that? So it doesn't mess with my ability to feel full. How about that? That could help as well. That could cut down on snacking and oh, I'm not gonna get to you, am I? No, I am not. I will get those feathers though. Because I am down to like essentially 2 meals a day because I don't I work an office job. I then even if I do work out semi regularly, it's not like I'm not doing heavy lifting of any sort. So I guess I don't see a need to do three 3 squares or whatever. And I know, yeah, we do not support fat phobia here. We be healthy at any size and love yourself no matter what shape your body might be in. It's a lovely notion. I've tried to embrace it myself. I've not always been successful, but I do know that if I can just shave off a little bit around the edges, I think it'd be good. You know, it'd be good for longevity, feel more energetic, and who knows, maybe I could, if nothing else, outlive my enemies. And that, because I know there are several people who I would very much like to see die. I mean, I do not wish them dead, but if they did die, I would read their obituary with great interest. All right, that was a good beachcombing run. Lots of cloth too. You know, both like basic cloth and clothes that will be cloth at some point. Anyway, let's head back, drop off our filthy lucre, and then ready ourselves for our what could be, it could be, the trade that pushes us over the edge and gets Sutherland to trust us in a maximal way. But anyway, yeah, so that was, you know, stuff like that is basically like like I said, I don't put a lot of stock into like New Year's resolutions, like, you know, new year, new me, or what have you. But I'm, again, just trying to be more responsible with the only body I have. You know, unless and until, you know, we start living in a true cyberpunk future, and I can, you know, swap all this fleshy nonsense out for some real chrome. Yeah, then, you know, fuck it. Of course, that assumes I'd be able to afford that, and, well, that's a whole different story. Speaking of, I want to go back and play through Cyberpunk again. That was a surprising amount of fun. Is that? Oh, hey, Gigi, welcome in. Yeah, been a hot minute. How you been? Yeah, we're just here, you know, ringing in the new year with a very old save. Well, I say very old. It's from 2022, but as long dark saves go, they don't come older. You been good? Good, good. Glad to hear it. Yeah, we're just vibing and achievement hunting, or at least what achievements the game lets us get. I guess we've already been denied a couple. Yeah, we can't retroactively get the Memento Cache one, and I guess the save is too old to get the firearm variant one. Not entirely sure why, but I don't know. There's a meme that turned 18. Oh, no, good grief. What memes were from 2008? What? Yeah, I don't know. I was not as tapped into meme culture at that time. Uh, Ronald McDonald. Okay. Hmm. Gotta say, I don't remember any of those. Maybe I'll have to look them up. Was this pre-save? No. All three DLC saves got wiped. But yeah. So this one started in December 2022, like immediately after the Great Forgetting. Matter of fact, I remember the day. I remember the day because I was racing in a previous save because I never killed a moose, and I was racing to bring one down before the update dropped, and I lost that save. And I remember I went to Bleak Inlet. I got the one that was by the birch trees on the near side. If you're coming in from the Muskeg, I remember dropping it and being so excited, and I was so into it. I didn't notice that the Timbies had actually tracked me, and they attacked mid moose cooking, and so I lost that run. But I was going to lose that run anyway, so I didn't actually care. But I got my moose, and that was the most important thing. And of course, in the interim, we have brought down many moose. As many as I would like, maybe not, but yeah, we've brought down enough to make our satchels and have our moose steaks. But yeah, I think so. I forget who was. Oh, hello. All right, I'll deal with this right quick. Go. But yeah, so I forget who it was. I think it was someone. I think it was during the Furry Then Silence tournament we were doing. Someone mentioned that there was a bug that people were finding that if a save was old enough, the game would treat any like the variants you found as like regular rifles, and so it would not actually like trigger whatever flag you need to get the achievement. Now, why would it be so rude? I don't know, but it did. Okay, I'll grab this real quick. We'll pop in, drop them off, give Astrid some dinner, and then we'll come out for the meat.
This package getting kind of heavy.
Yes, hello, welcome, Mad Fish. We'll tuck into that soon. Maybe they used the base rifle in code then modified it. Could be. I am not conversant in such things, so I couldn't speak to that with any confidence. Okay, another wolf. Here's a pile of guts. Oh, and a fresh birch sapling. Shall add those. Quonset. Okay, another wolf. Bunch of guts. Thank you very much for that. Okay. Easier than coding a rifle up from the ground every time. That could, yeah. That could very well be. And I wouldn't even blame Hinterland for that, because like there is a lot to handle in the game, and not even like short. It's like labor saving little moves like that. I couldn't blame him for it. Small team, big game that's whose world is only getting bigger. You find a way to make things a little bit more efficient. Yeah, go for it. Okay. So grab this for things turn all Aurora-y.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Okay. Oh yeah, so the red meat gets deposited and back. Not that this is any kind of official system, but it's the best we got. There we go. I got it. DBZ Fighters has everything called a Goku for their actions. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna call to someone, why not make it Goku? Alrighty. Oh yes, I can also drop the extra clothing we picked up. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Lighter still. Oh yes, we got. Excuse me. There we go. Oh right, and we picked up a bunch of cloth, just laying about. All right, we can make that work. So I think what we'll do is, yeah, we'll give Astrid a quick nap, not a big one, just so we make sure she is nice and mobile when the Aurora does hit. So if there are any unfriendlies about, we can sashay past them. There we go. And are you full? You are basically full. There we go. Yeah, those, yeah, offloading those feathers is what was giving you the sprain risk. Sure, Astrid. Sure. There's Space Bear. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean the glitches. As the glitches, like the wackiness, Space Bear, Infinite Broth, and such. Those things do tend to come when there are updates, and if all reports are to be believed, we should have an update in the near future, like within the next couple months. Okay, there we go. Aurora is up. So is the radio.
What's the latest?
I got your crap.
Got it. On my way.
I suppose he does sound a little bit more chipper now that we've completed his quest line. But does that equate to trust? Maybe, maybe not. Oh, right, I forgot. We also picked up another flare gun, which we do not need, and we don't want in our inventory. Okay. Let the latest shuttle run begin. Okay, we'll be a little bit cautious in case of respawns. I've done. We have done. I did one misery run, and it went shockingly well. I think you're supposed to like the last ailment comes at like 45 days, something like that. I got to like 42, and then died of starvation. I think I put way too much time and effort into making a bear coat, and I stayed in Milton too long, burned through my food. I got unlucky on a few food poisoning rolls. If I'd played more sensibly, maybe I could have made it those last 3 days. But still, I'm pretty proud of that effort, and we will go back to it because I do want to get that achievement because we again, like the tag says here, we are in achievement hunting mode. But we can't go chasing misery while they're in the middle of this run. I mean, yeah, I think so. Yeah, because again, because there's some wicked stuff in there. So being able to hang on for that long, I was best pleased. And from the sound of it, I did kind of get the nut draw for the afflictions. I think like the last two I got were what was it? The Frigid Bones and Haunted Mind, where you're always 3 degrees colder and you can only sleep for 7 hours and you heal even less while you're asleep. And you already don't heal that much. So, yeah, if you get those early, it's going to be way more of a struggle. I think I got those around day 30-something. So I was at least decently established in terms of clothing. Not that you're ever going to be warm on misery, of course. So, hi, Sutherland. Yeah, I think had I been willing to move on, even if it's like go down to Milton Basin, get some cattails, could we have survived? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Ooh, look at all them. Look at all that. Look at all that caffeine. I do those. Oh, they have 5 calories. Well, that's cool. Because I think, yeah, speaking of achievements, if we wanted to use this run to do the 25 days in Langston Mine, we might need a lot of those. Oh, and vitamin C pills too, because scurvy is on, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because there's I don't think there's anywhere you can fish in the Zoc. So yeah, you need vitamin C from like drinks or some food with vitamin C in it. I don't know. I might have to think on that one. It's like the sensible thing to do, just start a new run, get yourself established, and then make sure you take Settled Mind. And that would make it a piece of cake, but like you're saying, this run existed before Settled Mind did. Like, what did I take? Yeah, so, Blizzard Walker, Cold Fusion, and Book Smarts. Not that I had a plan with Book Smarts. That was just the only other feat I had unlocked when this run started. And yeah, it probably helped, getting all of our skills to level 5, another achievement, but I mean, that was, it was a choice that was made for me, essentially. Okay. Still fairly early in the evening, so depending on what's on offer, can we squeeze in another one? Guess we'll find out.